So I've been recently watching Boy Meets World, and I love this damn show, but there's just one issue I had while watching it. And this is that the ages of the main characters change inconsistently. Let me break this down. In the first season, Corey, Sean, and Topanga are all 6th graders, and Corey makes it abundantly clear that he is 11 years old. Then Corey also has an older brother named Eric. Eric is 15 years old and a sophomore at John Adams High. I mean, this seems all pretty normal, right? These are all normal ages to be in those designated grades. Then we move on to season 2, and this is where the show began to change a lot. For starters, the 3 6th graders I mentioned earlier are now in 7th grade and are attending John Adams High School with Eric, who is now 16 and a junior. This was a bit confusing for me, but then I just assumed that this must be one of those schools that includes middle school and high school together. No problem, right? Then in the latter half of the season, it gets said that Sean is 13 years old, and I thought to myself, well, isn't that weird? Isn't he supposed to be like 12? But then I just guessed that Sean was probably older than Corey by a few months, so he could just be an older 7th grader. Now in season 3 is where I get pissed off. Okay, so it's the next year, right? The kids should be in 8th grade, Corey and Topanga should be 13, Sean should be 14, and Eric should be a 17-year-old senior at the start of the season, right? Right? Nope! Because it is made very, very clear throughout the season that the 3 kids are now sophomores and 15 years old. And the age gap of Corey's friends and Eric goes from 4 to 3 years. The writers really tried their hardest to make us forget that the show was about an 11-year-old 6th grader. Freaking twats. So anyways, Eric turns 18 towards the latter half of the season, and he graduates in the last episode of it. Yo, pause! You've made it halfway through the video, and you still haven't dropped a like? What are you, stupid? Leave a like and enjoy the rest of the video. In this season, nothing much changes in terms of the characters' ages, but as a refresher, Corey, Sean, and Topanga are now 16-year-old juniors, and Eric didn't get into college, so he spends the season like working and stuff, but he's 18 when the season starts and 19 when it ends. So this is the last season I'm going to talk about, because after this, all the ages pretty much stay consistent. So the 3 kids are now 17-year-old seniors, right? And at the start of the season, a new and the best character gets introduced. His name is Jack. His age is not really said, but what we know of him is that he is a freshman in college. So he's probably about 18 or 19 years old. So he becomes roommates with Eric, and they are both going to attend their first year in college. But of course, Eric should be around a year older than him since Eric graduated a year ago and Jack just graduated. But then in the famous episode, and then there was Sean, Jack says, "I'm the oldest," to Eric. Wait, what? So now Jack is a few months older than Eric. Since when? So basically, either the writers made Eric a year younger than he was, or they made Jack a year older than he was. I don't know, it just didn't make sense to me. Okay, so I know that the writers probably made the 3 kids high schoolers instead of having them go through middle school because they just wanted to attract an older audience and have the characters just grow into grown adults eventually. But watching this show was pretty confusing, I can't lie. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my first video essay in about 2 months, and the reason I took so long to upload was because
my fans always multiply. I am stacking up my fans like a game of Jenga. I am stacking up my fans like a game of